Hey, it's working. Hello, people. It's comic news with no Manos. He can't be found. He was last seen, and Captain Logan make up a location where Manos was last seen.
Oh, Latveria.
Yes, he was at Latveria. So I brought in a lot more people. I brought in Captain Logan,
Greetings.
Gotham Girl,
Hello.
and Shades at Night. Apparently not.
G'day.
The lag is very long because Shades is in Australia, but it would be like that with Latveria also, which is why we don't have Manos on.
No, it'd be worse with Manos. So I'm going to do something kind of rare. We're just going to talk about one thing this week. But odds are it'll take a while. We're going to talk about the DC reboot because about how many people? 10 people threatened my life on why we haven't covered it yet. How come you ain't talking about it? I'm afraid. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm hearing a cutoff or no one's replying.
I can hear you.
Cat?
Yeah, I'm right.
I just enjoyed listening to your
We're
rant
hearing the
about.
awkward silence. I've had to deal with that with
No,
Shade.
you have such a soothing voice. I was
Yeah,
just listening.
it's so nice to listen to.
Hold on real quick.
Oh God, he's got to move furniture.
I thought I heard something outside.
It was one of those 10 people coming to
Yeah,
kill.
coming to kill you.
I know. I'm all paranoid. So yes, we're going to talk about the DC reboot. Let's see. I don't want to start first because I don't want to. Captain Logan, you start.
Oh, I have to start? I
Yes.
just talked about this on my own show yesterday.
That's why I'm making you start.
All right. Okay, so as most of you probably know by now, DC is doing a full on reboot, kind of. As per usual, they're being somewhat cryptic about it, but they're going to be doing 52 brand new titles starting in August, starting with Justice League #1. And the big question, and I think probably the big thing we want to start talking about, I would figure, is how much of recent stuff is going to stay intact despite making a lot of characters younger, because they're saying that Brightest Day and Blackest Night are going to still be part of the continuity, and there's all this other stuff that they're advertising that's all about, current continuity stuff, like the return of Swamp Thing and stuff like that. So that's my big question: is what's going to happen with Batman Inc. and what's going to, what's the new Aquaman series going to be? That sure looks like it comes right off the heels of Brightest Day.
Yeah. Probably because the same guys who at least worked on the Aquaman parts of Brightest Day are on it.
Yeah, but
because I assume Jeff Johns did all of that.
Yeah, well, he did. But if you look at the at the cover, I mean, like, it looks undisputably to me to be the Brightest Day Aquaman. I mean, he doesn't look younger or anything, so you got to wonder about that.
No, I agree.
Maybe Ivan Reis just sucks at drawing younger people.
I mean, that was a #1 that was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, there's a few that were already announced. Red Lanterns is also on here. Yeah, but a lot. I don't know what I think about this. I don't read in issues too much, and so renumbering something doesn't bother me as much. If Manos was here, he would probably kill someone.
Because of the renumbering thing, or
probably. I talked to him a little bit about this. All I know about his thoughts on it, and next time we're on, I'll make sure to probe his mind, if he doesn't do his own video about it, is he just got really annoyed about it because there's no sense of history now since everything's getting renumbered. I think this show's been renumbered, which is strange because I don't think we have a numbering system. So, yeah. I
love that certain series don't seem to be able to get past 12 right now.
I know.
Flash getting a new #1. I was like, why can't we just do Flashpoint in Flash? And then you've got Green Arrow starting over after they just did, 10, 11, 12 issues.
I'm hung up about this whole thing, personally. First off is, how are they going to handle Gotham? Because Gotham right now is in such a state of turmoil as it is, and just like how they're handling the characters. There's a lot of rumors going around about what they're going to do with Barbara Gordon, and I know that's caused a lot of upheaval from different communities. Is if she's going to be Batgirl, is she going to be Walking again? Is she going to be Oracle? What is her position going to be? What about Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne? Where are they going to be? Are they even going to exist anymore? Like, how are they going to handle these characters that have been around for years now if they're going back and restarting it all.
Yeah, well, if we're going back and taking characters and making them younger, you got to wonder what's going to happen with all the people who have ever been Robin, because they've also said that certain characters are just going to straight go away, and
Exactly.
so I don't see how we're going to be able to have Tim Drake and certainly Damien's got to go away and stuff like that. So, Cassandra Cain. I mean, where are these characters and what are we doing with them? I got the same question.
Oh, if Cassandra Cain's wiped from history, Manos will definitely murder someone.
I'll be behind that as well. No, if Tim Drake is gone, I am gonna be having some serious.
I don't think we're gonna see
campaigns.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Red Robin continue. I think that book will be canceled.
Yeah, that book is. When they were talking about different books, like a lot of the books are going to be canceled and just swiped off. I knew pretty much automatically Red Robin was probably going to be one of them, which is okay. It's a good series if you like Tim Drake, but it's not the greatest story arc ever. It's had its moments, but still, I will be very disappointed if Tim Drake is completely wiped off, especially, and now Damien too, because Damien has really come into his own over this past year.
Yeah, that one I'm really angry about.
Yeah, I don't like Damien that much, so that's not a huge deal for me.
Well, I didn't like him in the beginning, but through the beginning of Batman and Robin, Morrison made him awesome to me.
I never liked him, but that's
he grew on me because of that, but so anytime I saw him, like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a pimp, but now it's just like, well, he's gone. Take that, people who might have liked him.
I have a question for everyone. What does everyone think of the new design of the Wonder Woman costume?
I'm fine with it.
It's just a costume.
Yeah,
I'm more freaked out on Cyborg looking like he's on steroids.
Duke Shades is finally going to say something.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an ass. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I know I'm lagging, so I didn't want to just sort of start talking and actually end up interrupting someone, so I've just been waiting my time. Yeah, I don't mind the Wonder Woman costume. That's all I was going to say.
There's no jacket, damn it. We can live with it.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it looks a little better, because I think once you take the jacket off, it looks a little bit closer to the iconic costume.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it, yeah.
No, I agree. It's a much needed improvement over the redesigned costume, and I personally like it a lot. It's modernized, but it also has its ties to the classic costume. So,
part of the thing that's really bizarre about all this to me is that they're doing all this naturally to try to get new readers in, and yet one of their big campaigns lately has been, and both Marvel and DC have been doing this, trying to really capitalize on 90s nostalgia. And so we've got this huge Reign of the Doomsdays arc going on.
right.
And then all of a sudden they're going to bring all these characters back. So, are they going to wipe out Death of Superman? And when they do that, we're going to lose Superboy, and we're going to lose probably Steel. And I mean, there's all these, so much of Superman's mythos has been defined by that arc.
Exactly.
Brings into question what other stories won't. Because the thing will be funny is that they sell stuff like Batman Year One stuff that was considered canon, and it's not canon now. Because I know people who are obsessed with knowing what story's canon or not.
Yeah. Well, this is about to blow their minds.
Exactly.
Yes. DC's probably starting a crime spree, like a giant crime wave, soon enough, because people are going to lose their minds.
Gotham Girl, how for you, which stories would it just kill you if they kind of wiped out? Because for me, I don't want to lose Nightfall, and I don't want to lose No Man's Land.
Yeah.
Really defining stories. I think, and for me, late 90s is kind of the pinnacle of Batman. So I don't know.
No, I completely agree. 90s Batman is what I came into. That was really what got me into comics and made me fall in love with it. Just when you were talking about, what trades are going to be considered canon, what is going to be canon anymore, I'm just thinking is Long Halloween going to be canon? And if that's not, that's going to be completely blow my mind. That was probably one of the first trades I ever read. It's what established Batman for me. And if that has gone off the map, I don't consider myself to be a canon fascist, but that's a grounding pivotal moment in my life. And I'm not sure if I'm okay with that going away, coming out of the Batman mythos. It was such a important part, not only to me, but I think to a lot of comic book fans out there, especially Batman fans. And to just have that taken away, I don't know. I don't know how people are going to react to that, per se.
And at the same time, I mean, I'm so torn on it because from a marketing standpoint, this makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with Dark Knight Rises coming out and the Superman reboot, it all falls into that. I mean, it's definitely going to help, I think, in the long term, reestablishing these characters at the same time that you have these two, massive movies coming out of DC and you have Green Lantern coming out. But I've had friends who have not been into DC. They're more Marvel fans or more independent fans, and they have been more excited about this than I have.
I bet, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's hard to jump into anything right now. From a marketing standpoint, you guys know the big reason they're doing this, right? Digital.
Yeah, that was another big thing. They announced that they're going big on the digital thing.
This is all going to coincide all at the same time. And, once again, as far as business goes, it makes a lot of sense. But it's going to be really interesting to see what it does to the comic book stores.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how many people in the world really know this is going on? I mean, if you go and see Green Lantern, do you know to then in September start reading the new Green Lantern comic and things like that? Like you were saying on Late Night the other day, Cap, with advertising Green Lantern on the top of comics and saying, really, if they were smart, they should be doing it the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to try new things to get new readers, but I don't know how many people. I think this will just confuse new readers because they'll know about it, and suddenly that's not around anymore. And how do you explain something like this to someone who really doesn't know Batman beyond the movies and things like that?
Well, yeah, exactly. Another point I made was they're doing this so that comics are less overwhelming to new readers. But isn't 52 new number ones kind of overwhelming anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
You see a shelf with 52 new number ones, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so underwhelmed.
Apparently, they're all being released the same week. This is a bold move. No, I'm sorry.
Well, I guess they're not actually all coming out in the same week.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make that joke. You guys want to run down the list of books they've confirmed so far?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you have it in front of you?
Sure.
I do. Hold on here.
I know. Well, Justice League is obviously the first one that's coming out.
That was the first one they announced.
What do you all think of the lineup, the original lineup, having that?
One thing I want to point out. I want to point out just the team. We have Jeff Johns writing and Jim Lee doing the art, right?
Yes.
So we have the unstoppable writing force next to the immovable drawing object.
Yeah, you got a point there. Eric called me the other day and we talked about this. And the day this happened, Eric called me. He said, "We must talk." I was like, "Okay." And so we talked about 2 hours about this. And the first thing he said was, "Oh no, Jim Lee is doing the most important book. It's never coming out."
No, it'll come out. He'll just get kicked off after 2 issues and have someone fill it in.
I don't know why he doesn't just do who is it? Is it I'm trying to think. There's a couple of major people over at Marvel that do this, where they just have somebody else draw most of the issue, and they do enough that they can put their name on it.
I don't know who does that either.
I believe it. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I believe it. I just don't know the name either. That's that. And one thing I want to focus on, DC really wants...
Well, I think it's Romita who does it, actually.
You might be right.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, he did that on Kick-Ass 2 recently.
Right, yeah.
But one thing I also want to point out, because Cyborg's in the lineup, I think this is just me noticing it, but they're really trying to ape him. Because he's supposed to be a big character in Flashpoint, and back when a while back when Cartoon Network announced that DC block of programming, he was one of the characters in the promo image they had set up. They really want him to be big, I guess.
I don't know what that's about either. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Cyborg's never been a big thing for me.
Yeah, the same here.
Yeah.
And plus, I still think he's on cyber steroids in that picture.
Can I make a statement that's going to sound super stupid and made up?
Go for it. That's what I do all the time.
Does that have anything to do with Smallville?
Probably not.
Cyborg?
Yeah.
He's not in it that much.
He was only in 2 episodes out of all.
No,
10
I know that.
seasons.
That's not my point. My point is the Justice League we had in Smallville had Cyborg on it.
Okay, we're back.
Duke, I should have recorded this on my end because I actually have unlimited recording.
I know. Let's just keep going. Talk.
Oh, I thought we were waiting for it to restart up a countdown of some sort. But yeah, when I was reading about what Jeff Johns and Jim Lee were talking about having Cyborg in the Justice League, I'm like, wait, but if you're going back and redoing the classic lineup, what does Cyborg have to do with the Justice League? So that has also been very interesting, very confusing a little bit. At the same time, I don't know where they're planning on going with that, but...
Yeah, that'd be like if you're going back and doing the original X-Men and going, we better make sure we have Havoc.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't add up at some level. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but yes. I don't even have words to describe it.
It's just yes.
Yes. So I'm just okay.
There were a lot of fans on the first day that were like, oh no, they're going to redesign all the costumes. It's going to be terrible. And I like a lot of the redesigns because they're going back to kind of old school stuff.
I'm not really noticing too much difference.
Well, that's my point. They're not doing much to them. They're just and they said we're gonna try to make them look more recognizable. Have you noticed how fanboys get really worried and obsessed really really early without actually reading all the fine print? Because they said we're gonna redesign these to make them look more recognizable, not we're gonna be like batshit crazy and mess up everything. You know?
I don't know. That works for everyone going batshit crazy.
I think there's still a bad taste in a lot of DC fans after the Wonder Woman redesign. So anytime you hear redesign, people just go crazy and they don't listen to whatever's going on. But from what I've seen with the images, I really like them. It's probably some of my favorite designs that have come out of it, and since I started reading.
I'll tell you what Eric said. Eric was like, I like a lot of them, but we finally got the yellow ring back on Batman, and now we've lost it again.
We just can't keep it together here. So you want to talk about the next book on the list, which is Wonder Woman by Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang. Any thoughts on that?
I love
Hello.
Brian. So hopefully it'll be good. I'm looking forward to that, probably out of all the redesigns I've seen so far. But yeah, I have really high hopes for it.
Can I take this opportunity to make this point, because JMS, of course, did that total revamp of Wonder Woman, and now all of a sudden it looks like it's not going to stick. So my question is, how out of nowhere is all this? How long have they been planning this?
Who knows?
True. Did this just happen? Because it sure doesn't look like. Usually a big thing like this they would plan for a couple of years, and it really doesn't look like that was the case on this.
It seems to come right out of nowhere, because again, that's there, and then Batman Incorporated, we were expecting to see that unfold for a while, go on for a little longer than how long it's going to go for, if it's still going.
I mean, I think it's been in their heads for probably at least a year, because I was going back through some of my old comics and seeing the letters, and they were talking about how they had this big surprise under wraps, and it was how it was going to affect it all. But it definitely seemed a little bit just out of the blue, hey, all of your comics are going away, we're going to bring them back to 1930, have fun.
Oh, you're welcome.
They were just talking about the Green Lantern movie, because they don't seem to think anybody knows that's happening. They were just
what's happening now?
And they put them all on the banners. They're like, Green Lantern movie. I'm like, no, we know.
I found that weird when they put it on the Vertigo books for some reason.
Yeah, they put it on the Vertigo books. I was like, you guys are really...
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's on all the Vertigo
Oh my
books.
gosh.
There's another thing that's annoying, those stupid Super 8 inserts they've been putting in.
Oh, they're right in the middle.
Yeah,
the first time I got a book that had that in there, I went, oh cool, this issue's 6 pages thicker.
Nope. Lies. Full of lies.
Every book this week. I had probably 4 or 5 DC books this week, and they all had that in them.
Would it kill? Maybe it's just because of the way the staple them in. They had to do that, or could they not find a way to put this in the back?
Oh no, they could have. They didn't.
Yeah, they probably could have.
They did it just
J.J. Abrams told us to do this. We're going to do it.
And by the way, off topic, but why is Abrams so obsessed with making movies about video cameras?
It's like Stephen
He
King
was
writing
a
about authors.
inspired employee at Radio Shack.
Or that.
Okay. We got Aquaman by Jeff Johns and Ivan Reis. I still want to read the hell out of that. I don't care. I was so happy when they finally confirmed that the ongoing is coming, so none of you can make me upset.
I'm part of the reason that Aquaman monthlies don't sell.
Why is that?
Because I don't buy them.
Well, I don't buy any issues, so it's not like I can criticize you.
I mean, like, I've always been, I'm part of the problem. I've always been one of those guys that's like, how come Green Arrow always has a monthly, but Aquaman doesn't? And then I realize, oh, I buy Green Arrow sometimes.
Exactly. That's pretty much my deal. I'm just like, yeah, I gotta buy this issue of Batman or Aquaman. And, of course...
Decisions.
Exactly. No, it's not that hard of a decision when it comes down to it.
They did have a smart move by making the first cover of the Aquaman issue one where it looks like he'll kill you if you don't buy it. I got piranhas!
Like, this time it's gonna stick.
Yes.
I got my piranhas and my Triton. Yeah, but if it sticks, they'll just keep renumbering it after 12.
Yeah. So the next one's Flash, written and drawn by Francis Manapul.
That's super, super interesting to me. That's the one that I'm most looking forward to right now.
I'm just wondering, like, is there any history that he could write?
That's the thing. I want to know if he's a writer.
Yeah, I tried checking, but I couldn't find anything that proves he's written.
Well,
anything.
wasn't he a relatively new artist also? I mean, like,
he's only been kicking around.
He came out of nowhere, and then
like
got just huge with Flash.
Well, Adventure and then Flash, yeah. Like, he was kind of around, like, one of the Legion series, one of the many Legion series, because that's another one that can't seem to stay up. He was an artist on that before that got canceled, and he was kind of quiet for a while, and you wouldn't even be able to recognize his art then. It looks drastically different. Yeah, he uses different coloring, like the stuff you normally see in comics, not the nice watercoloring he uses for Flash and stuff. So then he came back with Adventure Comics and Jeff Johns, and he was just amazing and freaked everyone out. Because normally you would read and they're like, it's one of those things where it gets better, but he just came out of nowhere, like you said, and he's like, where the hell has this guy been? How could we have to read anything else that's not by him? Damn it. So the next book is Fury of the Firestorm with... One moment here.
No, more important. Well, yeah, actually, that's weird that they're calling it Fury of the Firestorm. I figured that it would be plural since there's more than one.
Yeah, Gail Simone's co-writing it with Ethan Van Sciver.
That's so weird.
That's really weird, because I like his art, but also he's horrible at getting art out on time, too. Yeah. I don't know if that'll affect anything.
Well, just keep in mind that DC's been doing this a lot lately, where they'll showcase an artist, like they did with Batman Incorporated. You know, they'll be like, we've got this great artist, and he's going to be fantastic, and then he's only signed on for 2 or 3 issues.
And then he disappears.
And then he disappears, and they bring other people on. Yeah, and with somebody like that guy, what they'll do is
well, he's not doing the art. He's not doing the art.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of times what will happen is some of these artists are only actually contracted with DC to do like 6 or 8 books a year. Mm-hmm. Like 6 books a year. That's all that they have to do. And so then they put them on a number 1, and you think, oh, cool, we're gonna get this artist. No, they don't have to do 12 a year. They only have to do 6. So they're not. So like, yeah. So I don't know. It's silly that they make a big deal out of certain artists.
If anyone's wondering who the artist is, it's some name that I'm not going to dare and say. I can't. You try and read it and say it.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if that's a hard C or a soft C.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yildiray Sinar or Kynar or Kinnar or any of the other possible pronunciations of that name.
More and more artists these days have names that I can't pronounce without sounding like a moron.
Well, that's because of the advent of the internet, really. Because we've got artists from all over the place.
Yeah. Yes, the same magical tool that allows me to do this show right now.
James, you too could draw for DC Comics.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I suck, but cool.
I suck too, and I'm gonna try.
Shades, really step on us a little bit, because you haven't been talking very much.
I know, I'm feeling more like a moron, because I feel like I keep cutting him off.
No, that's fine. It's just, I know very little about Fury of the Firestorm and that, so,
Well, so does all of us.
we know.
No, we're just filling time and trying to look charismatic. It's okay.
That's what we're here for. The next book is, one moment here, The Savage Hawkman.
Yeah, that one looks really weird.
It is done by people I hate, so no.
Oh, you don't like Tony Daniel?
Okay, to be fair, I'm irrational about hating him as a writer, because all I've read is Battle for the Cow, and I hated that.
Yeah, but that's a mandate from on high. You can't.
I know.
hate a writer for writing something where DC goes, okay, so what we need is 4 issues about.
I tried reading, like, when he got on Batman, I tried reading that, but again, it was just more of the same thing.
I'm not saying it's brilliant, but he's at least competent at Batman.
For all you know, you're right. I just couldn't stand it at the time. I'm probably just an irrational moron. I usually am. I'm not going to deny that.
No, I didn't say that. I just said you're wrong. That's different.
I'm sorry. I'm also
wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding. So I don't know Philip Tan.
He did the second arc of Batman and Robin, which was crap.
Oh, it was. You're right. I didn't. No. I mean, the writing was okay, but I didn't like the art. Yeah.
Oh, the writing in that was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
the art was god awful. Yeah. And then he did he did part of the Agent Orange arc in Green Lantern, which I also thought was crap.
Which arc?
And so,
Agent Orange arc.
One where they introduced the Orange Lantern.
Yeah, but I'm just laughing that they called it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what he goes by, and it's funny.
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll all be gone now.
Right. Nobody will know who that
Don't
guy
remind me. I like that.
Well, that brings up a good point, though. A lot of people are wondering what's going to happen with Green Lantern because so much new, huge mythos has been introduced in the last couple of years that, like, if they have to kind of reimagine Green Lantern, I imagine they're going to have to bring in all the colors and stuff.
Well, may I add that they have 4 books coming out of this, and one of them is Red Lanterns.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's no longer a question.
I'm glad I could make you feel slightly better, Cap.
No, it's cool. Well, no, I don't care. I don't read Green Lantern. It's not a big deal to me. But I don't know. Honestly, I think what they need to do is they need to go kind of nuts and just bring up some more colors and have like some patterns too. They should do like the plaid lanterns.
Argyle.
Yeah.
They're all Scottish. They all have Scottish accents.
Yeah, they're like Green Lanterns with kilts.
I'd be down. I'd buy that.
Since it's flannel, their leader is Al.
Buy that. Who wouldn't?
No.
You wouldn't be. That's one of those things. It's like watching somebody get hit by a train. You have to look at that.
No, the best part about the flannel lanterns is they're led by Al. They're led by Al from Home Improvement, just for fun.
No, they're actually just led by season 1 Clark Kent from Smallville.
Okay, sure. That would make a lot more sense.
Give Tom Welling some work again.
Tom Wellings, can you come and help us?
Yeah, well, because you know
have a job anymore.
He's never going to work again. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next book's Green Arrow by J.T. Kroll on writing again and Dan Jurgens.
I am really annoyed about this one, personally, because I dropped Green Arrow because I don't like what Kroll was doing with it. And, I mean, again, some of that's mandated, but I don't really care for his dialogue either. On the flip side, I'm a huge fan of Dan Jurgens. Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to do?
I thought that was going to pull you in.
What am I supposed to do? Well, no, it will. I'll buy number 1 because I kind of kiss the ground Dan Jurgens walks on, but Kroll, I don't know. Keep in mind that I'm a giant fan of Death of Superman, and that's all Dan Jurgens. So.
Yeah. Oh, one moment, guys. The next book's Justice League International, which Manos was excited about because he loves it. But weirdly enough, Dan Jurgens is writing that, and someone else is doing the art.
Yep. So I guess I'll read that one too, at least the first issue, and see how it is. I just love that Jurgens is back and doing stuff. I mean, like, he's been gone for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, because he was on Booster Gold, but then he left for he left to do some sort of mini that kind of tied into Return of Bruce Wayne.
Oh.
It was called, like, Vanishing Point. It was,
I saw that.
Yeah,
and I was,
he was doing that.
It was all about Superman and other people flying through time looking around for Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing that. And, So now he's back on this, and I think it's a point you brought up. We don't know which Batman, if that's even a different Batman, because we can't see the bat symbol.
Yeah, I have to credit Eric for that point. That came out of the conversation he and I had. But yeah, he was like, so we got a Batman on International, we got a Batman on Justice League America, and they could be two different Batmen. And
then we still have to see the Batman books. They haven't been announced, like officially announced. Well, the list I'm going off is stuff that's on the DC blog.
You know they've got to wait on announcing that because they're going to take a lot of people off with everything they're going to have to cancel. I mean, Gotham Girl, you don't figure they're going to keep with Gotham City Sirens, do you? I mean,
that is one of my favorite. Even though it's had its up and downs, it's one of my favorites, and to see it go would definitely be a disappointment. But
that's been on and off my pull list 3 times.
It just keeps bringing you back. I don't know what it is.
I mean, like, I was off it, and now I just keep buying it when the covers look cool. Because like, they're doing this Harley Joker thing, and the covers are just brilliant. I'm like, I have to own that at least just for the cover, you know? And so, yeah. And I mean, they're good, and then they're bad, and then they're good again. So
yeah, exactly. So I doubt that they're going to make the cut, which will be a depressing day for me. But, if this 2 Batman thing is holding up, that does give me hope that maybe we might have some of the older Robins still, maybe have Dick Grayson still. I don't know how that would work, but we'll see. I know I'm pretty...
If they're somehow keeping Brightest Day and Blackest Night in continuity, I guess they can pretty much do anything they want to.
Yeah, they might pick and choose random stuff to put in and keep.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Batman and Superman titles are going to be the biggest upset, like the biggest controversies that come out, so they're probably going to be waiting for a while.
What do you mean with Superman? I mean, he's only got 2 books right now. What could you possibly do to mess that up?
Well, I mean,
not give Supergirl a title?
Yeah, okay. Taking Supergirl. I mean, Superboy just came back after all those years.
Yeah, and guess what? He came out of Death of Superman, so they're going to have a hard time keeping that guy around.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what characters they leave in the Superman canon.
I think Jeff Johns will try and find a way because he loves Connor Kent.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, Jeff Johns, you better do it because he, by far, is what made me get into Superboy. So we'll see.
I tell you something about Gotham City Sirens. If they end up canceling that, I think this would be, and they won't do it, but I think this would be the perfect time to give Catwoman her own monthly again.
Who knows? Because Captain Atom's getting a monthly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she had a monthly for years and years and years, and it kept getting canceled because they weren't selling enough. But I mean, like, you know, they've been able to keep Gotham City Sirens around. So if anybody was going to get her own book out of that, it should be her.
I agree.
Because Mr. Terrific and Captain Atom are getting one.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific. I mean, who's going to buy that? I don't know.
Absolutely no one. I mean, like, I was like, what? Aquaman's getting one? I'm like, Mr. Terrific? What? So we'll see.
Wow, good luck spinning that.
I'm sure what they're thinking is, well, we're trying to bring on new readers, so we can put out anybody we want, and they'll buy it.
Totally, that's probably the mentality. But
but it doesn't entirely work. You have to kind of split the middle and do both. I mean, you have to make your current fans at least somewhat happy enough to keep buying things. And then you have to try to, you know, appeal to new people also. So short of just making up a bunch of new characters, I don't see how they're going to do something like Mr. Terrific's too obscure. It's not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with Captain Atom and J.T. Kroll's writing that. Because the thing with Mr. Terrific, it's written by someone I've never read anything from. At all.
Well, of course. Yeah, of course they gave it to someone who no one's
No, they're going to give it to Jeff Johns.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Eric, you want to do it?
Take care of this.
Yeah, the guy was like, give me Mr. Terrific. They'll never do it. You got it. What? Okay, whatever. I got something to do for the next 6 months, if at all. And Captain Atom, I don't know about that either. And then they're doing
Mr. Terrific will be written by Brian Michael Bendis.
Well, that would be insane. They're like, they got him? Wow.
How'd they get that guy?
They must have pulled a lot of strings. And then the next one's DC Universe Presents, which is going to be a title that focuses on different characters. And
I'm really glad they're finally doing stuff like that again.
Well, they were doing Brave and the Bold that JMS was writing, and I don't know what happened. He was supposed to do something more on that, but it never happened, and then the book just quietly went away.
Well, I always liked the idea. Excuse me. I always liked the idea of DC Universe Presents and Marvel Presents and stuff like that because you can tell 1-shot, 2, 3-shot stories and do different characters and stuff. And we don't have nearly enough books doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a first arc with Dead Man by Paul Jenkins and Bernard Jane.
I think that'll sell.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
I'll definitely give it. Who knows?
It won't last. I mean, it'll get 12 issues, but.
Capt the Optimist.
No, I'm just kidding. It's just everything gets 12 issues.
Yeah, you're not.
Mr. Terrific
Actually,
will sell 3 copies every week, and it will still get a 12-issue run.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Marvel barely gives things 5 issues now.
Yeah. No, they do. It's just then they renumber them to make them look like they've been around forever.
Good point. Good
It'd be like 1 to 5, and then 56. What?
Iron Fist went. Wait for the new Iron Fist 200, folks.
How did that happen? And then you've got readers that haven't been keeping up, and they go to their comic book shops and they're like, "There's 8 trades I'm missing."
I'm confused.
I'm looking at numbers 8 through 47. Thank you.
Can you help me out?
Hold on, let me run to the back and write them for you.
Hold on, let me contact Jeff Johns and Bendis. They'll get them all out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we'll get Frank Miller, who will claim he'll have it done by next week, but.
and then we'll see it when we're all in the grave. And then the last ones that are on the DC blog are just a bunch of Green Lantern books. Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern, The New Guardians, whatever that is, and then Red Lanterns. Ooh.
I'm telling you, man, every color lantern should just get their own book.
Because I totally want to read about the Indigo Lanterns.
No, I do. Yeah.
32 pages of compassion coming right at you.
Yeah, no, they just run around singing great early 80s music.
There you go.
Totally.
Instant success.
Don't you think the Indigo Lantern should just be the Indigo Girls? Like, it'd be fantastic.
It'd be awesome. I would buy it. Be like,
that's
yes.
really, Cap, that's funny right now because they're doing the War of the Green Lanterns right now. By the way, who knows if that'll stick?
Oh yeah, right.
John Stewart has the indigo ring, and he doesn't have the normal costume they have. He has it basically it's purple camouflage. He's wearing like a ring generated military uniform. He looks like Rambo. It's kind of funny.
You see, I don't understand the point of him being in. I mean, I don't pay attention to Green Lantern really, but like, what's the point of that? Like, what does he do? Just sit around during the war and read books under trees? Like.
He blew up. Spoiler, folks. He blew up Mogo.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay, cool. Why? See, I thought if he wore the ring, he had to be a pacifist.
He killed a lot of people with ring-generated machine guns.
Really? Oh, that's kind of the opposite of pacifism. Okay.
Kind of. Look, he's doing. Well, technically,
it's Stewart. He does what he wants.
It's compassion. So he was really compelled to blow the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be just like if you gave Lex Luthor the orange ring and then he said, "No, I'm gonna go over here and do this other thing."
Exactly.
I think there was like a line where Guy Gardner, who has the Red Lantern ring, going, "I think he's lost his mind." The guy who's wearing a ring that constantly throws steroids into his bloodstream is saying, "That guy needs to mellow."
You just know he's gonna become Purple Parallax. It's totally gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
I'm
totally.
Purple Parallax.
Fear me! Prince will fear me!
What are we talking about?
I have no clue. We're talking about we're creating weird fan fiction. I think that's all we have. A really fun conversation with a bunch of people who will probably never be on the show again, as far as because me and Manos have been good about just keeping it consistent and just me and him, because you people love to hear Manos make fun of me, and now these guys got to make fun of me. Everyone's happy, except me. My soul's been crushed, as every one of these shows must be.
Shades, thanks a lot for being the audience.
Yeah, that's fine.
To be fair, he did admit that he had no real opinion on anything.
No, I think he admitted that he's got a lot of lag and.
Yeah, too.
Yeah,
and that he likes the Wonder Woman costume. He admitted to that.
We know that.
Shades, you get to keep the jacket. They don't need the jacket anymore. They will send you the jacket.
Keeps me safe while I'm jogging at night.
Hey, Shades, have you seen First Class yet?
I have.
Well, we need to talk about that at some point. Yeah, no, it was really good. I saw it last night.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Well, I guess we won't talk about it now. Duke, you're the only one of us that hasn't seen it. You're a terrible human.
Yeah,
being.
that's.
Well, sorry.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and get off the call, and then I'll record on my end, and then the three of us will. Oh, sorry.
Soul crushed yet again.
All the cool kids.
We're still recording. We're still recording, by the way.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm well aware.
So, I'm gonna need to cry after this. So until next time, I'm Duke.
I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Gotham Girl.
And I'm Shades at Night.
AKA the audience.
Indeed.
No, I was kidding. I'm sorry for making that joke.
No, I'm glad you made that joke. Goodbye.